Hello guys, and welcome back to my XRP coin news channel. Following the bankruptcy of the FTC, the US government opens an investigation into the $372 million hack. Now, I think the majority of you will concur with me. There was no hack, and Sam Bankman-Fried still has that $372 million in his possession. In my opinion, we will now briefly discuss the economy at this point. In comparison to other similar economies, the housing and rental markets in Australia are among the most out of balance, according to the IMF. The Australian property market could soon have a significant crash, according to the IMF. I've now seen someone genuinely respond to our questions. I'm a home builder in Australia, they declared. There is now a housing scarcity. The housing market is not even mentioned by the IMF. A liquidity crisis is being discussed that will occur eventually. To combat excessive inflation, Spain has announced a €10 billion program. In order to combat inflation, print money. That is how the world came to be in its current state. This is an urgent warning. We need to prepare and protect Taiwan. UK economy not ready for consequences of Chinese invasion of Taiwan. How many times has China previously mentioned annexing Taiwan? In 2023, I think they might actually go through with it. China believes that as they are becoming stronger, the rest of the world is becoming weaker. The global economy will enter a recession in 2023. The entire world is experiencing a recession, not just this country or that one. Every day, there is a war going on. It's a fight of currencies. It's a fight of technology. You know, there were certain nations that didn't fight in World War II at all. The same is true of World War I. But now that we are in the modern era, every nation, no matter how tiny, will have a CBDC. This battle is raging throughout the entire world and genuinely involves all nations. The New World Order is attempting to eliminate everyone simultaneously. They want to advance as the rest of us become CBDC system slaves. Therefore, Wall Street is cautioning that the Federal Reserve has blown it on inflation, and it states this here. As a result, stocks will have to suffer. According to experts, the central bank is currently forced to continue raising rates until inflation decreases. I now believe that the stock market will unquestionably have a blow-off peak at some point. If you have money invested in equities, now would be a good time to withdraw it since, in my opinion, everything will crash shortly after that and a new financial system will be implemented. The US needs a more youthful and aspirational president who recognizes that the globe is a varied place where people may coexist happily without us imposing our own ideology on everyone. Recognizes the necessity to remove the Fed and how corrupt the CIA is. We require a new JFK. I concur with that. I think we need a younger leader for this country, someone who shares our perspective and is willing to stand up for freedom in Washington. That's what our nation needs right now, along with the Fed's abolition. The US dollar's purchasing power has decreased by more than 96% since it was first issued as the Fed turns 109 years old. I believe it is time to abolish the Fed in the US, but I also believe we need to abolish a lot of other things. Therefore, the Fed is aware of the issues at hand. They anticipate the future. Given the current level of global debt, I can sense what he wants. Take a look at US debt. A level playing field and a CBDC would have his full support. Return of the gold standard. Why? Because it would also save the Fed. Because the way things are going in the world, nation after country incurring debt, homeless people crowding the streets of major US cities cannot continue. Also overseas, consider the UK. There, I think, everything is moving quickly. Long before the US arrives, they will have everything, even a CBDC and a social credit score. In my opinion, how do you reconcile creating a protocol that will be used to promote CBDC financial controls like where and when one spends money, given that you are such a proponent of free speech? Simply inquisitive. This will now be provided by David Schwartz, and I'll show you why I asked David in a moment. Therefore, having more options is not a negative thing as long as those options are available to everyone and compete on an even playing field. He mentioned a level playing field, as you can see. it is unlikely that efforts to stop governments from acquiring the technological means necessary to oppress people would be successful. So it's not my plan of action. Now, I admire David a lot because he basically suggested that a CBDC might be used to oppress and control everyone. I do, and I appreciate his candor in this instance. He had the option of remaining silent and not saying anything. However, he was telling the truth, so I queried him. Although I'm still waiting for a response, when I do, I'll let you know. I told David, you have my complete respect and I appreciate your candor on this matter. However, wouldn't Ripple have been able to develop technology that would allow users' transactions and personal information to stay private and unobserved by the government? And if the CBDC hadn't been established to enslave us, the majority of us would be okay with it. The majority of us would favor it. Consider it right now. On Friday, you use a debit card to make a purchase. You desire it. For that to settle, you must wait until Monday or Tuesday. Imagine that each payment you make settles instantly. They would all use it. Cross-border payment solution ISO 222. WEF has mentioned XRP as a form of payment. Coin spoke as the IBF acknowledged Davos. The IMF Advisory Board routinely visited SET and worked with more than 300 financial institutions in 55 different countries. Ripple federated sidechains are used by banks. We will get wealthy thanks to that in the future. All of this is what got us to where we are now. It's just a matter of time before that pivotal event takes place, and I predict it will begin in March of the next year. When the Great Reset occurs and all cryptosets are reset to zero, CBDCs and UBI are introduced, and XRP is utilized as the worldwide gateway for these new CBDCs. All of the XRP floodwaters are going to kick themselves. XRP is currently the subject of a lot of FUD. Everybody has heard it before. Trade in your XRP. You're funding the enslavement system. That's what. But in the end, the world is about to witness XRP rise from the ashes, and I think it will happen very soon. Anyone who has ever flooded on XRP will regret it once it happens, in my opinion, as we're getting near to the finish line. I should have been investing in this, they'll remark. Why did none of those other investors in XRP notice what I did when they did? Because the world is constantly moving in its direction. Where we're going is here. We're going to get here. It will happen eventually. I want you to keep holding on to your XRP. So be patient and optimistic. You need to get there, please. I want you to be prosperous. I desire for you to be financially free. You may be aware that many individuals upload videos to YouTube. I've been watching them for years, and every time they would appear on television, they would talk about some cryptocurrency that you had never heard of before, and from the way they presented it to you, it seemed like a smart investment. Because there is so much information available about XRP, I don't even feel the need to pitch it to anyone. This moment, you deserve to lose out on XRP if you don't realize what is about to happen. In the end, everything just comes down to that. To be alerted immediately whenever a video is published on XRP News, please remember to hit the subscribe and notify buttons. You may see our other XRP history videos. In the meantime, you may catch us in the video below. See you out later. Bye.